Adil says, I usually do about 35 to 40 transactions a year. This year has been substantially slow for obvious reasons. In the last 4 months, I have only done 6 transactions.
So that's why the listings are so important, Adil, that if you have the listings, you're going to have cash flow. If you have the buyers, that's a much different ballgame.
I've had quite a few students and clients and mastermind members who have had tons of buyers fall out of escrow.
Yes.
Fall out for whatever reason. The reasons are umpteen right now. But the listings sell. The listings sell. I had a client of mine, a mastermind member here actually near Sacramento, put 3 listings up in the last 2 months during the lockdown, and they all sold within a week each.
And I like to think I have my finger on the pulse more of the country. I have a 520 agent team in 36 states, 3 provinces of Canada. And so I like to think that I've got a pretty good feel on that. Every time they close a transaction, I know. And the truth is, through this entire COVID event, our closings have gone up.
Mm-hmm.
So even with all that craziness, I still think that's good. So Lee Ruth is in Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale. So I used to live in Boca, Lee Ruth. So, all right. So we are at 1 o'clock on the head. Always like to start on time. So let me do a quick introduction. My name is Bob Mangold. I am a real estate agent in the state of California. I live in Arizona, but am licensed in California. I still have an active team of 520 agents in 36 states. I coach on taking listings. And when Andre and Josh talked to me about what it is that he's going to show you today, it's like, I got to get you out in front of people. So I've known Andre, a couple of years now? Something like that. And he's been friends with Josh for a long time. And so I wanted to take and have Andre come in, even though you do have a real estate license, right?
My real estate license went inactive just a little while ago because I wasn't practicing here.
Right.
I'm getting it activated in Florida. I'm moving there in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks now, and I'll be practicing there starting July.
Yeah. So he's in the real estate business, but more than that, what's important in today's world, folks, it's marketing. Real estate is all about the marketing, right? It's all about the leads. If you were on here really, really early, like 15 minutes early, I asked what was everybody's number one issue, and it was like getting good quality leads. Well, a listing, right? You have to have leads from that to talk to them about listing their house. And so Andre's going to run through a program that he kind of created from a marketing standpoint, really as the COVID hit, right?
Mm-hmm. It was actually a response to COVID. I kind of got together some of my mastermind members and best students and clients and asked, what can we do to basically create a counter punch to the coronavirus? Is kind of like a catchy little phrase.
Right.
And when social distancing hit, we basically kind of had to figure out something to do that could work to get listings while we were facing a bunch of obstacles.
Right. So he's going to run through that with you today. So I would advise you to grab a pen and paper, close your door, turn off your phones, all that other stuff. Take good notes because you're going to go through a lot of how-to hands-on information for you.
Yep.
And so make sure you take good notes. So I'm going to turn off my video. Andre, you can share your screen. I'm going to mute myself. I'll kind of watch for questions. If I can answer for them, I will. If not, we'll answer them at the end. So fair enough?
Perfect.
All right. So I'm going to shut off my video. I'll let you take over and we'll go from there.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that introduction, Bob. And again, my name is Andre, and I'll share some slides here in a minute. And just one of those slides will be about me and give you just a little bit more of introduction on me. What I want to do now is just very quickly double check all the settings here on my side for Zoom before we fire this off.
And I'm going to mute myself too, but I'll pay attention if I need to unmute, but
okay.
I'll just mute you.
I'm going to go ahead and I will do live Q&A at the end, guys. So when I get to the end of the training today, I will do unlimited live Q&A. I will hang out with you guys as long as you want me to. And you can type in your questions into the chat box anytime you like throughout the training. What I will do, though, is address questions after the training is done, because otherwise it might turn into a 3-hour training, and we can't do that. So a lot of today's training is going to be on a digital whiteboard. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to be doing a lot of interactive drawing and mapping out for you guys and showing you hands-on step-by-step. I'm also going to be logging into a couple of different dashboards, and I will be showing you guys live stats, live dollar amounts, and exactly what's possible with different dollar amounts for what I'm going to show you today, okay? We actually have an incredible opportunity right now based upon what I'm calling a perfect storm that has happened, that has been created as a byproduct of the challenges that we've all been facing with COVID-19. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a lot of interactive training today. It's actually very few slides, mostly whiteboard stuff, and then logging into different accounts and showing you guys things. So please pay attention. Okay, if you need to take screenshots, please do that. I'm going to give you everything you need to know today to go take action on this, to what I'm going to show you. I'm also going to show you a few different success stories we're having with this approach, with these strategies, so you can get a sense of how it's working, how fast it can work, what the results are initially, okay, from agents around the country. And then again, I will address Q&A at the end. So if you ask questions and I don't answer them, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just going to answer questions at the end, okay? So let me go ahead and fire up my introduction slides here. Share, put those up on the screen there. Share screen. All right, perfect. And we should be good now. I think you guys should see my screen. If you guys would a couple of you please type in the chat box and let me know that you can see my screen. It should be black and white right now and say a new method for getting new listings, launching a post-COVID comeback. Andrew Waite says yes.
Yep.
Arthur Jackson. Huh?
I've got it too.
Perfect. Okay, everybody's good. All right, let's rock and roll. I got a lot of content I want to get through, and I don't want to be here forever. I don't want to hold you up forever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to move at a fast pace, but at a clear pace, okay? So hopefully I walk the line for you. All right, so a new method for getting new listings. This actually works for buyers too. We've actually had one agent implement this and get 4 buyers as well, and he got 69 quality buyer leads that he fed to his buyer's agents into a 2-week period out in northern Chicago. So it works for buyers and sellers, but I personally focus on listings, right? That's my focus. So this is a new method for getting new listings, and it'll help you launch a post-COVID comeback, okay? Really quick, a small introduction about me. I'm known as the authority on engineering wildly profitable listing lead generation funnels, and some refer to me as the real estate lead generation expert other marketing experts go to when they need help with their funnels, okay? Nowadays, I am fortunate and blessed to be advising or partnering with the best of the best real estate players in the game, and I've been recognized as the influencer who's created the largest gathering of 6- and 7-figure real estate players in an industry event. It's the Get Listing Summit. It's an annual virtual conference that I host online. That's actually how Bob and I met, I think about a year ago or 2 years ago, and he's been on that summit. More importantly, I'm on a mission right now to help create 1,000 millionaire real estate agents. And I don't care if you're a paying mastermind member of mine, a client of mine, a student of mine, a subscriber of mine, or in somebody else's community and tribe like Bob's, and you just get exposed to my content. I'm on a mission to reach as many real estate agents as possible with effective strategies that work so that you can create the financial freedom that you want in your life and hit your financial goals, all right? I got my entrepreneurial start in real estate when I was 20 or 21 years old. And so I kind of consider my entrepreneurial roots in real estate, and I care about this industry specifically, all right? And I'm also the creator of the E5 Listing Acquisition Marketing Protocol, LAMP for short. What you're going to learn today is a derivative of the E5 LAMP method, but streamlined and condensed down to just a much simpler, actionable strategy that once you launch it, it will just continue to work almost 95% automated in the background, 24/7, 365, while you go about your day serving your clients, taking care of files, leading your team, and of course, trying to live your life too, okay? This is Michael Smith in Charleston, South Carolina. I actually just spoke with him yesterday, and in applying the framework that you're about to learn here in the next 60 minutes with me or so, within 6 days after applying it and starting to apply it, he had prospects reaching out to him about selling. He generated 3 listing appointments within 3 weeks after that time period, and he signed his first listing in 47 days from when he started applying this. He has 2 more listing commitments from those 3 listing appointments, one is going to sign in the next 2 weeks and go on the market, and the other one is signing and listing in the next 4 weeks, okay? Now, this is just one example, and I'm going to show you more examples later throughout today's training, but this is just one example of what is possible with this strategy and this framework that's a derivative of my E5 lamp method that I'm going to share with you here today for free, step by step, no stone unturned. And again, with live Q&A at the end, no question left unanswered. So if you want to get more leads, if you want to get more quality leads, if you want to be able to deploy effective marketing that's going to help you stage and launch an effective post-COVID comeback, all right, and if you want more listings, you're in the right place, you're at the right time. Now you just have to pay attention, take notes, and then make sure you ask me any questions you have about anything that wasn't clear from my end, okay? So here's what you're going to learn during this web class. I'm going to show you how to generate steady new listing leads and listing appointments with a single social signaling system. That's what this process, that's what this strategy and framework is called. When social distancing hit and mandatory shelter-in-place orders hit, we huddled up with my mastermind members. We put our heads together and we say, how can we use the E5 lamp method to work right now? Because we're all collectively facing a whole lot of challenges, frictions, and problems out there, right? And social signaling became the answer to social distancing. And I'm going to show that system to you today. You're going to learn a 3-step framework that creates a deep trust for your guidance and a desire for your services inside your prospects' minds. All right, I'm also going to show you how to get your prospects' attention and engagement with what I call an icebreaker video, and I'll explain to you in just a few minutes why I call it that. With this video, you're going to be able to routinely find ideal prospects who turn into listing appointments. You're also going to learn something I call the warm conversation technique. This establishes authority and trust, delivers value, and builds goodwill with your prospects. I'm also going to show you a new way to create easy and irresistible offers that ensure prospects feel good about engaging with you, okay? And finally, I'm going to show you how to create a snowball effect of prospects within 72 hours of launching this framework if you choose to actually go out and take action on what you're learning today. Here's why this is different from probably just about anything else out there. It does not require you to be an aggressive salesperson or do any obnoxious selling. You don't have to be charismatic or a great presenter. What it does is it allows you to simply focus on sharing useful, valuable information or resources that convert the client for you, okay? It takes the focus off of you, the real estate agent, and it puts the focus on the prospect's goals so that you can go from qualifying yourself, which is the trap that most sales approaches have us fall into, and it transitions you and transforms you to being seen as a valuable guide and advisor, which is a much better position and posture to come from. This works for every type of agent in every type of market. Okay. Why social signaling is best for listing acquisition right now is because it does not require you to chase, cold call, or use aggressive pressure, which wouldn't be welcome in today's environment anyway, right? It does not require you to buy any expensive leads that end up being worthless. It allows you, on the other hand, to easily and quickly differentiate yourself from your competition, which, as Bob even mentioned earlier, how do you differentiate yourself from the competition? How do you differentiate yourself from iBuyers and their offers, right? Because prospects and consumers don't know any better. They don't know the level of shitty service that they're going to get on the back end with these automated online iBuyer platforms, right? They don't know that. All they see is just a front end, cheaper offer. So how do you differentiate, right? How do you educate, right? How do you build a bond and connect with and build a relationship with prospects so that they understand why they should work with you and not your competition or individual competition or corporate competition? Also, social signaling works even if you're working on a small budget, and I'm talking like a cup of coffee from McDonald's type of budget. This can literally work on $3 to $5 a day, okay? And it follows a step-by-step process, so you never have to guess where to start or what to do next. In fact, Josh Shanley, who's a mutual friend of Bob's and mine, and he actually has been applying social signaling himself too, he refers to it as the most programmatic approach he's ever seen to generating listing leads, okay? This works consistently. This works predictably, and like I said before, it works in every type of market and niche. I don't care if you're rural, city, suburbs, acreage, investors, move-up buyers, empty nesters, whatever your niche or market is, it will work for you because this isn't based upon a trend or just a hot tactic or a loophole. All right. It's a recent innovation on behalf of real estate agents to be able to grow and thrive your business in spite of the challenges that we're facing, but it's rooted in evergreen, consistent, predictable fundamentals. All right. So this isn't something that's going to work for 2 months and then stop working because there's a little Google hack or an SEO hack or something you can do with technology that's gray hat. It's none of that stuff. This will work for you today. This will work for you 3 months from now, 9 months from now, 2 years from now. Okay. So here's how social signaling works. What we're going to do is we're going to go to my digital whiteboard. And first, I'm going to explain to you what I call the perfect storm. It's something that you've heard me reference to just a little bit earlier. When COVID hit, and then when the mandatory shelter in place came about and social distancing came about, there's been a lot of domino effect from that, right? In all kinds of ways throughout life, business, etc. The domino effect or the effects of that, one of the effects of that is that it has kind of created an upheaval in a few different areas within the real estate industry. And that upheaval and those changes and shifts have come together to create what I have discovered to be a perfect storm. And then social signaling is the framework and the system and the strategy that you are going to use to take advantage of this perfect storm and harness it. Okay. So first, let me show you very quickly what the perfect storm is. And you can see for yourself whether you agree with it or disagree with it because you're living it right now. And then once I've shown you the perfect storm, I'm going to show you the framework you can apply to, well, take advantage of the opportunity that is to be found within this perfect storm, which is, silver lining in the clouds considering all the frustration and challenges and friction that we're facing collectively right now. So let's go to my digital whiteboard. And for the majority of the rest of today's training, this is where we're going to hang out and spend time together. Okay. So right now, as you just heard me mention, there is a perfect storm. If you have a notepad and pen, please follow along and copy this onto your notepad. If you don't have a notepad and pen, at the very least, please screenshot this when I get to specific milestones and when I give you clear examples, okay? But here is the perfect storm that's happening right now. It is a three-pronged storm, and when you blend the three elements to stand alone, nothing too crazy, but when you blend the three together, it gives us an incredible opportunity. The first part of this perfect storm right now is that competition is across the board way down, okay? Many agents have been playing defense and curled up on the couch, as I've been saying, and not doing much. And this isn't to pick on them or pass judgment, but most people's response in life to stress and chaos is to shut down, back down, shut down, retreat, contract, and wait for the danger to pass. So across the board, competition is way down. I'm not going to get into the numbers on how many agents have been washed out of the business already, but if you're aware of what's going on in the industry, that number is significantly high. So licensees have been just washed out of the industry, a percentage of them already. And then on top of that, even the ones that are hanging in there, many, a strong percentage are not doing much. In fact, I was talking with Josh Shanley about a month ago, and he joked that, and he shared a true story about how he got a listing deal, but it was also funny. He got a call on a Saturday morning, okay? He gets a call on a Saturday morning from a lady who owns some property, okay? And she ends up listing with him. Now, what was interesting is that she told him he was her 10th phone call. He was the only one that was either he picked up the phone or called her back. 9 other real estate agents got phone calls from a property owner to list. And they missed that opportunity simply because, for whatever reason, they were unavailable, not serving their market, not taking care of clients, okay? Josh got a listing, being the 10th agent to pick up the phone, simply because he's not contracting, he's not retreating, he's not playing defense, right? He's on the offense. So across the board, competition is way down. Said differently, and the way I've been saying it is, hey, it's a lot easier to win a race if you're the only one that shows up, right? Makes sense? So that's part one of this 3-part perfect storm. Now here's part 2. Advertising costs are way down. Way, way down. In fact, Facebook is at an 18-month low. I haven't seen ad costs on Facebook this low in 18 months. Across the board, advertising is way down. Why? Advertising cost is way down. Why? Well, because many industries have pulled back on marketing and advertising expenses. So this isn't only happening exclusively inside real estate, right? This is happening in almost just about every industry. Everybody's tightening the belt, lots of layoffs, as we know, right? Tightening the belt, shrinking the budgets. And what's one of the first things that people in any industry will cut when they're trying to tighten up the belt? Advertising and marketing budget. So when everybody wholesale is spending way less, what do you think advertising platforms do? Well, they lower their costs, right? And they start creating all kinds of incredible deals. I've been hit up with so many opportunities to buy advertising in bulk at 50 to 25% of normal prices. So at a 50 to 75% discount, okay? And Facebook alone, standalone, just itself, is at an 18-month low in traffic cost to advertise on Facebook. The other way that I explained this, and when I was sharing this with Josh for the first time, the way I explained it to him and the way I shared it was, imagine this. How many times in life do you go and learn something, learn how to do it, a tactic, a strategy, a skill, whatever it may be, to build your business, and then by the time you figure out how to actually do it, meaning by the time you get competent enough and comfortable enough with the thing that you're trying to learn to do, by the time you actually learn how to do it and then go to do it, it's either cost prohibitive now to do it because everybody else is doing it, or it just doesn't work as well anymore because everybody's doing it, right? And so now it's just been burned out, right? Well, I said, imagine how many times in your life do you get an opportunity where you can keep the knowledge that you have now, but rewind the clock on 18 months of cost growth. You don't get to do that often. Right now, we get to do that. This has been one of the side effects of everything that has, domino effect. Everything's been a domino effect of what's come out of the COVID challenges. Okay. Third part and final part of this perfect storm is that engagement is way up. What do I mean by that? I don't know if you've been paying attention, but engagement on the internet and on social media platforms has been through the roof. If you look at actually any hard data stats that have been coming out from network carriers and network providers and from data providers from devices, and then also from just traffic on the internet, and that all aside, if you've just even been on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any of the social platforms, you've probably noticed yourself that there is incredible increase in just people online and engaged, right? What does that mean? Well, that means is the people that you're trying to reach, right? Potential homeowners potentially looking to sell, they're more engaged online. So what does this mean right here? What does this all mean when you blend these three together? Well, here's what it means. Competition is way down. So it's easier to get through to the people that you're trying to get through because there's less people competing against you for their attention. Advertising across the board is way down. So not only is it easier to get through to the prospects and the clients because you have less competition, but right now it is going to cost you less to get to them in the first place. And the people that you are trying to get to are more engaged across the board with online platforms where you can reach them. Got it? So this right here is a perfect storm. And if you can figure out a way to harness it, it will literally just, it'll be like, you know, catching the analogy that I use, it'll be like catching a wave with a surfboard and just riding that wave. Okay? So hopefully this is clear. This is the perfect storm right now. And again, see this for yourself. If you've been active at all in your business and in your market for the last few months, you can probably agree with all of this because you're probably seeing it. You probably don't even need to go look at data to feel this. You've probably been feeling this and seeing this yourself as a real estate agent, okay? So competition is down, advertising cost is down, engagement is up. Together, that is a perfect storm opportunity because there's less clutter to cut through, competition, cheaper to get to our prospects, and our prospects are more engaged online. Okay, perfect storm. How do we take advantage of this? How do you harness this for your business as a real estate agent to get more listings? I'm glad you asked that question. Let me show you.
Andre, can I just say it's impressive you can write that well on a whiteboard on your computer. Mine would,
Thank you.
Wouldn't even be able to read mine.
It's taking quite a bit of practice.
It must.
All right, so how do you take advantage of this perfect storm? Well, here's how you do it. You use something that I call social signaling. It's my own little name that I've come up with for what I'm teaching. Give me a second here to be OCD and get the right colors and the right sizes and all that. All right, it's called social signaling. And about 2 months ago, when mandatory shelter-in-place orders hit and social distancing started, it literally actually just started as kind of like a code name inside my mastermind and with some of my clients, where it's like, hey, we're going to do social signaling. It's the answer to social distancing, right? It's the counterpunch to coronavirus. And it was kind of a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but the results that people started getting from it were no joke. So then started taking it seriously, and here you and I are today, and I'm sharing it with you. So what I'm going to do right now is first, I'm going to lay it out high level on the screen. I'm just going to map out the steps. Remember, it's a 3-step framework. It's a 3-step system that's going to build a desire for your services, right? And it's going to build deep trust in your authority. Okay, so I'm going to lay out the framework first. Then I'm going to come back through and I'm going to explain the nuances in detail behind every step. Okay, because if I went through it step by step with all the details, it takes me a lot longer to present it that way for whatever reason. So step 1 is you're going to record a 2 to 5 minute video. Okay, and this 2 to 5 minute video is called your icebreaker. Now, again, if it doesn't make sense why I'm calling that, don't worry about it. Like I said, I'm just giving you the high level, and then we're going to come back through and fill in all the details. So if you're following along, just draw this out on your notepad so you have we start laying the foundational building blocks, and then I'll come back through and fill in all the details for you. After you record your 2 to 5 minute video called your icebreaker, you are then afterwards going to record 3 more videos that are also approximately 2 to 5 minutes in length, okay? And these videos are called your warm conversation videos. I'm going to do warm convo for short, okay? The next step in this process is, and I'll explain why in a little bit. The next step in this process is you're going to go and set up an account with an online scheduling tool where people can go and book themselves into your calendar, okay? The tool that I recommend is Calendly. Why? Because a basic account is free, and a basic account will work for what I'm showing you. Can't beat that, right? So that's the 3-step process. And then the final step of this, which could change in terms of how you fulfill on things, and you'll understand in a minute why it can change. But right now, as we are, even while we're starting to phase out of COVID a little bit here, social distancing is still being practiced. So while social distancing is still being practiced, the final step of this process, as we're doing it right now, will be you having a Zoom account and facilitating meetings on Zoom with prospects. Now, guess what? A basic account with Zoom is free, and a basic account will suffice and work perfectly and adequately for social signaling I'm about to explain to you. So Calendly is free, basic Calendly is free, basic Zoom is free, basic will work for what I'm about to show you, okay? And to shoot your videos, all you need is a smartphone device. No fancy camera stuff, no nothing. In fact, if you shoot it on your smartphone device and make it look a little bit more, amateur or homemade type of video, it will actually work better. And in a minute, you will see and understand why better. Okay? But this is high level, an overview of social signaling. Okay? So this is the first part, the icebreaker. This is the second part, your warm conversation, and then videos. And this is the third part, your Calendly page, your calendar, okay? And then, so that's your 3-step framework. And then again, the fourth is just like a little bonus. It's whatever you do to fulfill. And in a minute, I'll explain how that works. Okay, this is the high-level overview. Now, how does all this, Andre, you might be asking, how does all this right here that you just showed me harness this perfect storm? Well, let me show you how it works, okay? So as I said before, your icebreaker is going to be a 2 to 5 minute video, okay? It's going to focus on providing nothing but value to a homeowner who is thinking about selling. So no pressure, no selling, no cheesy tactics or aggressive pressure. It's literally going to be just a video explaining or answering questions that a prospect who is serious about selling would have right now, okay? You're then going to take this video, okay, and I'm going to give you a lot more details of this video, but you're going to take this video, okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to run it on Facebook. You're going to put it on Facebook on your business page, okay? Business pages on Facebook are free. And then what you're going to do is you're going to, and this is very, very important. Very important. If you're taking notes, please write this down. You're going to promote it as a video view ad, VVA. You're going to promote it as a video view ad, okay? And what you're going to tell Facebook to do is to pixel everybody who watches 15 seconds or more of this video. Okay? So if somebody starts watching this video and they watch 15 seconds, they're going to get pixeled. All right, and I'll explain why that's important in just a minute. Okay, so let's recap what we've covered so far. Your icebreaker is a 2 to 5 minute video where you answer 1 or 2 major questions that any serious homeowner has about selling. You're going to put that video on Facebook, and then you're going to promote it. You're going to run a paid promotion on Facebook where you are going to promote that video specifically as a video view ad campaign. Okay, this is exactly what I had Michael in Charleston, South Carolina do, and now he's got 1 signed listing and 2 more on the way in the next couple of weeks. 2 listing opportunities to Josh coming his way, and so many more results I'm going to share with you. Okay, so please pay attention. Now, if this doesn't perfectly make sense yet, don't worry. I'm going to go through this step by step and explain it. But again, icebreaker, 2 to 5 minute video, nothing but value. Put it on Facebook, your business page, run it as a video view ad, and then you tell Facebook to pixel everybody who watches 15 seconds or more of the video. Now, I'm going to ask you guys actually a survey question. How much do you think it costs right now on Facebook to run a full-blown video view ad campaign to run a video, not a static post, but how much do you think it costs to run a video as an ad on Facebook right now? What kind of budget do you think you need? How much do you think it costs you? What do you think it costs to get views to a video right now on Facebook? Go ahead and type in the chat box and let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys think or know about how much it might cost you. Please type in the chat box. Adil says $5 a day. Lou says $2 to $5 a day. Sandy, Jay says 30. Sandy says 7. Jerry says $1 each. Melanie says you pick your budget. Carol says $3 to $5 a day. Okay, so the answers are coming in, ranging from $1 each per video, it sounds like, to up to $30 a day, or $30 to your budget. Okay, right now, you can run video view ads on Facebook and launch them for as little as $1 a day. Okay, and the average cost per view or per through play, which is what a 15-second view is, the average cost that we're seeing right now averages from 3 cents to 6 cents a through play. Okay, I'm seeing some agents run their icebreaker video where it's generating through plays at literally 2 cents. And then we're seeing some that it costs 8-9 cents. But the average falls between 3 cents and 6 cents. Okay, so for $1 a day, okay, for $1 a day, you could be, let's say it costs you 5 cents on average, you can be getting 20 views to a video on Facebook. Okay, now I'll come back in a minute and explain a little bit more about that. Okay, now let's move on to the warm conversation stack and let me explain this and how this works. Your warm conversation videos are also going to be 2 to 5 minute valuable videos. Okay, they're going to focus on delivering value. Each single video is going to focus on one topic. And I'll actually give you topics and scripts in a minute. I'm going to give you topics to record videos about for your 3 warm conversation videos. Okay, so I'll actually give you those topics. And I'm going to give you the opening script and the closing script for your icebreaker to make it really work. Okay, so I'm actually going to give you scripts and topics today. Again, for your warm conversation videos, you're going to do a 2 to 5 minute video for each one of them, focusing on delivering value. And the way we do it is we address one topic and we do one call to action in each video. And we run these videos as video view ads as well. Okay. Now, here's how this works. When you launch your icebreaker video, and I'll explain in a minute why it's called an icebreaker. When you launch your icebreaker video as a video view ad campaign on Facebook, okay, you do not put a button under it like an ad. So you know how when you see ads pop up in your Facebook news feed, there's usually a button of some sort, saying click here to get more, do this. You do not put a button in there. No button whatsoever. Now you may be asking, okay, if you don't put a button in there, then how does that actually work? How do I get business? Here's how it works. All you're trying to do is get people to watch this video and watch it for 15 seconds or more so that they get pixeled. When they get pixeled, you set it up to where they get moved to your warm conversation bucket, as I call it, and then they are retargeted by your warm conversation videos. Your warm conversation videos are only shown to people who got pixeled from your icebreaker. People who showed some intent and desire or interest in your content. Your warm conversation videos do have buttons, call to action buttons. And every single one of these videos, okay, ends with a call to action for people to go to your calendar, your Calendly page, right, and book themselves into your calendar for a home seller consultation or whatever other kind of offer you're making. Okay? So then they go and they book themselves into your calendar. And then whenever somebody books themselves into your online calendar tool, what you do is then go set up a Zoom event inside Zoom and then send them a link for the Zoom meeting. And then you just show up at that time and host the meeting. Okay? Now, what you're doing is, actually, before I explain this, let me explain to you why I call this the icebreaker and why I call it the warm conversation videos, okay? Imagine with me for a moment that you are in line at the coffee shop, okay? And as you're standing in line at your regular coffee shop waiting to order your cup of joe, your ears perk up because you suddenly overhear a person in front of you while they're bantering with the barista say the following phrase. Yeah, my weekend's shot. Me and the wife, we got to get the house ready to sell. We got to start clearing out the clutter, cleaning things up, patching up things, and we got to start finding a real estate agent. So yeah, our whole weekend is just a long to-do list. Now, I would imagine that if you were in a line at a coffee shop and you heard that you would find some way to try to introduce yourself to that person, probably some version of, hey there, sorry, couldn't help but overhearing, but I heard that you're preparing your home, you're getting your home ready to sell this weekend, and you're looking for a real estate agent, right? It's going to be some version of that. And the person's probably going to respond with something like, yeah, I am. Do you know an agent? Are you an agent? And you would probably take the conversation from there, right? Now, what is that called when you're approaching a stranger and trying to connect with them? Well, that's called breaking the ice, right? Your icebreaker video is all about breaking the ice with strangers on the internet. And I'll explain in a minute why this works so well. Now, back to the coffee shop. If you're in the coffee shop and you're breaking the ice, are you going to immediately try to hard pitch, hard sell, use pressure tactics to close the person? Or are you going to try to build a little bit of a bond, offer value, ask questions, give answers? And probably what? I would imagine you would promise to follow up with some sort of resources or something of value, I would imagine, right? Now, let's say after the icebreaker event at the coffee shop, you keep seeing the same person a couple of times a week, 2-3 times a week, 2 or 3 times the following week. Well, every time you see them after the first time, it's now a warm conversation, right? You're probably going to pick up on wherever it is that you left off. And somewhere in your warm conversations, when you keep bumping into them, is when you're probably at some point then going to go for go for some sort of a call to action or a soft close, meaning like setting a commitment, getting a commitment for a next step. A phone call with them and their spouse, or you coming out to their home for a listing appointment, right? Somewhere in there is when you're going to then actually say, hey, we should take the next step. This real world event that hopefully happens to you soon and can happen all the time, this real world event that I just described to you can actually be replicated at scale across hundreds, thousands, and tens of thousands of people online with Facebook. Why and how? Let me explain now. There's a lot of things that people don't know about Facebook. One of the things that people don't know about Facebook, is that Facebook knows here, let me do this. Facebook knows what your off Facebook activity and interests are. The reason why Facebook knows what you like and what you're browsing recently and what you're doing off of Facebook, even when you're not on Facebook, is because they are in partnership with the 3 big data firms in the US. After the whole dog and pony show where Facebook got dragged in front of Congress after the last election, and then a bunch of things happened to Facebook, and Facebook made a bunch of changes, and they said, we're not doing this data and that data anymore. The only thing that meant is that data wasn't being provided to us, the end user advertisers, to use ourselves. But Facebook actually didn't lose those partnerships. So Facebook has wholesale relationships with the 3 big data firms in the US, and it knows much more about its users than we realize, even when we're not on Facebook. One of the things that Facebook knows is categorically what your credit card spend is. It knows if you're recently spending money on beauty products, health and fitness, or home improvement, home renovation, okay? The third thing that Facebook knows is it knows if you like to watch videos or not, because based upon your user behavior on Facebook, okay? So because of these things, Facebook knows if you suddenly have developed an interest recently in the real estate topic. What does this all mean? Well, remember back here when I said you're in a coffee shop line and you couldn't help but eavesdrop and overhear that somebody in front of you was talking about how they're going to be preparing their home to sell this coming weekend? Facebook can do that at scale across hundreds and thousands of metaphorical coffee shop lines all across your market. Does that make sense? Basically, Facebook can be in multiple metaphorical coffee shop lines and overhear through its artificial intelligence technology and its automated system with all the data that it collects and knows and has. It knows when suddenly somebody is interested in real estate. Now check this out. When you load up your icebreaker video into Facebook and ask Facebook to run it as a video view ad campaign, right? Facebook's algorithm, artificial intelligence machine, listens to your entire video and knows exactly what it's about within split seconds. It knows it's about real estate. So then when you run it as a video view ad campaign, Facebook goes and looks for people who are interested in real estate, who it knows are interested in real estate based upon their behavior, who it knows likes to watch videos, and it puts your video in front of these people. Because Facebook is, you and I are able to eavesdrop in one coffee shop line at a time. Facebook is able to eavesdrop across on everybody on Facebook, and then metaphorically break the ice for you with them by putting your icebreaker video in front of them on Facebook. Do you get it? Do you see what I'm saying? And you can do this. You can harness Facebook's multi-billion-dollar technology for literally $1 a day, because our video view ad costs right now, an average through play, which is a 15-second view or higher, it costs 3 to 6 cents on average right now. Okay. And then what you do is, what you're telling Facebook is, you're basically, by not putting a button into your icebreaker ad, what you're doing is so by not putting a button in there, you're telling Facebook, hey, Mr. Facebook, I've recorded this video about real estate, and I am willing to pay you money to promote this video to your users, and I don't even want to take them off of Facebook. Now, what do you think Facebook is constantly trying to do with its users? Keep them on Facebook, right? So if you give Facebook a video 2 to 5 minutes long about real estate, and you're willing to give Facebook a budget to promote that video, and you're not asking Facebook to send traffic off of Facebook, do you think Facebook likes this? It likes this a lot. And that's one of the reasons why you will benefit from getting ongoing, very low costs per through play and costs for your traffic, and a priority for your video compared to other competing advertisers. And all you care about is just getting this pixel, right? And as soon as somebody's pixeled, now you can just retarget them or remarket to them, which is a phrase you've probably heard quite often. Now you remarket to them with your warm conversation videos. And these videos do have a call to action. Again, just like in the real world example, you would follow up with, you wouldn't really try to, get a next step out of people until you had some sort of a bond built with them. Okay? Now, here's how you open this video. Here's the opening script that you need to use for this video that'll work really well. The key to a good video script like this in the beginning is to not talk about yourself. It's not, hi, I'm Andre with ABC Realty here and blah, 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 and this is what I do. What you want to do with a good opening script is you want to attract the right people and repel the wrong people. You want people who have nothing to do with owning a home or selling a home to quickly click off your video. And you want people who do own a home and are interested in selling to keep watching your video. Does that make sense? Because you'd rather be only pixeling people who have some serious intent about selling. So here is, I use a framework called a video script framework called the call out framework to attract the right people and repel the wrong people. Here's how the call out framework sounds. What you're going to do, and I'm going to give this to you word for word. What you're going to do is you're going to call out the people that you're looking for. And you want to include 3 to 5 specific data points or things that identify the person you're looking for. So here's how it goes. Video turns on. Here's what I'm saying on my phone, on my smartphone video. Hey there, if you're a homeowner here in Sacramento and you're thinking about selling your home right now or in the near future, and you want to sell for the most amount of money possible, but you're not sure where to begin, what your next best steps are right now, or even if you can sell right now, let me help you, give you some answers and give you some clarity in this short video. That's the perfect opening. Why? Because in that video you just said, hey there, if you own a home here in Sacramento, that's the first marker. Do you own a home here in Sacramento? The second one is in Sacramento. So homeowner in Sacramento, right? And you're thinking about selling now or in the near future. So that's a third marker, right? Own a home, live in Sacramento or your market, right? Own a home, lives in the market, thinking about selling now or in the near future, okay? And you don't know what your next best steps are, so you're actually thinking about selling, okay? And you don't know if you can even sell right now, okay? So are you even thinking about selling? Do you know what your next best steps are, right? Can you even sell right now? That's another thing somebody might be thinking about. And this video will give you some answers. So now you're telling them what that video is about for the rest of the video, is giving answers and clarity to somebody thinking about selling. There are 6 data points in the less than the first 15 seconds of the video. Now, people's attention span on the internet is pretty short. So if somebody comes to that video, starts listening to it, and they're not a homeowner in Sacramento who's thinking about selling, what do you think the chances are of them watching that video past 15 seconds are? Not so great, right? They're probably going to leave. On the other hand, if this video gets in front of somebody who's actually thinking about selling, and you open the video with kind of a helpful value-focused script, what do you think the chances are of them engaging? Pretty high, okay? Now, here's how you end. Here's the closing script for this video. At the end, after you're done giving clarity and addressing topics about selling a home right now in your market, here's how you would end it, okay? So, hey there. So you end the video. Once you're done educating, say, well, hopefully that was helpful, and hopefully that gave you a little bit of clarity on what your options are and what your next steps are. My name is Andre. I'm a real estate agent here in Sacramento with ABC Realty. And I just want you to know that my team and I, we are staying active during this time. We are serving our community during this time. And if you have any questions or you need help with anything, feel free to reach out to us, reach out to me, let me know. I promise that I will personally get back to every single one of you and help you out. All right. Again, my name is Andre with ABC Realty, and I hope you and your loved ones are staying safe. Have a great day. That's it. No hard pitch, no hard close at the end. Okay? Because again, if they've watched that far, they're pixeled. And in the video, in the actual written post above the video where the words are at, is where you can put in your name, your telephone number, and all that. So if they want to contact you off Icebreaker, they can right there. They'll just find your telephone number. This actually happened with quite a few agents who rolled out the Icebreaker video where people just call them. People also comment below the video, and you can respond to the comments. Okay? And then also people can private message you through your Facebook business page. Okay? But regardless, you don't need a call to action on this video because all you care about is the pixel. Now, once people are pixeled, they're going to be automatically exposed to your warm conversation videos, your follow-up, your remarketing videos, okay? Here's the 3 topics I would recommend for your warm conversation videos right now, okay? The 3 topics that I would recommend for your first 3 videos right now are, is it a good time to sell it right now, or can I sell right now? Second topic is, how does all this going on impact my home value? Okay? How does all this that's going on impact my home value? And the third topic that's working right now is, how do we handle showings right now with social distancing? Okay? So basically, can I sell? How does this all impact the value of my home? How do we handle home showings during social distancing? Right? 1 topic per video, and then every single video ends with the script of, once you're done answering the question, you know, how does this impact the value of my home? You can say, hey, look, if you're looking to sell your home now or in the near future, and this video is helpful at all to you, what I would suggest you do next is click the button below, go over to our calendar, and just book yourself into our calendar for a free 15-minute home seller consultation. This is a virtual meeting. We'll do it on Zoom. And what we'll do during this 15-minute call is we'll answer any questions you have. We'll help you figure out what your next best steps are, and we'll recommend any resources we have that we think will be helpful. My only ask, there's no bait and switch. There's no hard pressure selling, nothing like that. My only ask is, and this is, by the way, a very good part of the script, my only ask is that when you decide to put your home on the market, you think of me and you give me a call and give me a chance to interview for the job. Okay? Now, why would you say it like that? Well, because you're trying to de-escalate any potential tension around, oh, I'm going to talk to a salesperson. Now, what we know from NAR, National Association of Realtors right now, is that 75% of people, of homeowners, list with the first agent they contact about selling their home. 3/4 of the pie, the lion's share of the pie, goes to the first agent that a homeowner contacts about selling their home. So the name of the game right now is to create marketing systems that get a prospect to be, for you to be the first agent a prospect contacts. If you get somebody who watches your first video, gets pixeled, then watches a second video, maybe even a third video, and then books themselves into your calendar for an appointment, or even just follows up with you from one of the videos with your telephone number or email address, and you provide them value for 5, 10, 15 minutes on a phone call and set a next step, what do you think the chances are of you getting that listing, or at the very least getting that listing appointment? Better than average. Let's just say that. Okay. Now, let me ask you this survey. Please type in the answer in the chat box. Based upon your marketing experience, or based upon your education and coaching that you've received, how many times do we need to follow up with a lead or a prospect to get them to engage? Right? I'm going to look at the chat box. Myrtle Hall says 10. William Lavery says 7. Tracy Williamson 5. Thomas Costa says 8. Adil says average of 5 times. Jerry Musniski says 12. Jay Zhang says 5 times. Okay, so I'm going to take the extremes. I'm going to take 5. Sandy Johnson says 15. Henry says until a decision is made. Now, there's somebody who's got real estate experience. Let's say, so we're getting 5 to 15 is the range. So I'm going to take 5 and 15, and I'm just going to take your guys' answers, and I'm going to show you something that is one of the most powerful built-in advantages of using social signaling. Watch this. All right, so you guys are saying that based upon your experience and education, it takes 15 follow-up touches, yeah, to turn a lead into a prospect. Now, let me ask you this, and you can just answer this in your head. You don't have to type in the chat box. Before somebody becomes a lead for you to follow up with, what has to happen? Just answer it in your head. If you said they have to opt in somewhere, you would be correct. Most of us in real estate are limited to following up with people only who opt in for something somewhere. And then we spend most of our marketing effort on trying to turn leads into prospects by following up, right? With what I just showed you, with social signaling, you don't need them to opt in. There is no opt-in necessary. You pixel people based upon their behavior. And as you and I both know, actions speak louder than words, right? If somebody spends 15 or more seconds watching your icebreaker video, chances are there is some interest in real estate, right? And now you're following up with them without them still needing even to opt in. Now they're just going to keep seeing videos from you in their Facebook newsfeed. Now let's say that they see this. Now check this out. They see this video one time, get pixeled, get moved over. Right? Let me pick a different color here so it's easier to see. All right. So they see your icebreaker one time. They get pixeled and moved over. Now they see your first warm conversation once. Then they see your second video one time. Then they see your third video. Then they see your second video again. Then your first video again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches. How many touches does it take to follow up with the lead to get them to engage? 5 to 15. Facebook just keeps running and reserving your video ads to your retargeting audience for however long you set your pixel for. What I coach agents to do is set your retargeting pixel for 90 days. So when somebody gets pixeled, you can follow your warm conversation videos, keep retargeting them for 90 days. Okay? And you're going to be getting your views for literally 5 to 10 cents for your warm conversation videos, which are a little bit on average, a little bit more expensive than your icebreaker through plays or views. Okay? But for 5 to 10 cents a through play or a view, how much money do you think it would take to get your 5 to 15 follow-up touches with the prospect? Not that many. Here's where it gets even better. This is a stat that not many agents know about. 60 seconds of video view time is the equivalent of 10,000 words read. Said differently, somebody watching 60 seconds of you on a video will have the same marketing and sales effect and persuasion power as if they had read 10,000 words from you. Now, let me ask you this. What's more likely to happen? Somebody to sit down and read 10,000 words from you or watch a 60-second video from you? Well, obviously watch video. All of social signaling is rooted in video. So you're constantly getting the highest and best form of engagement. Plus, you probably already know everything's going to video anyway, right? On the internet. So with social signaling, you are able to, let's recap here, high level. With social signaling, you are able to take advantage of a perfect storm, harness a multi-billion-dollar artificial intelligence technology with Facebook that's basically eavesdropping on hundreds and thousands of people, knowing what they're interested in recently. Get your hyper-targeted, valuable content in front of the right people for literally $1 a day, if that's all you have. Follow up with them 5 to 15 times automatically without you having to do any extra work. And all your follow-up is on camera, so it's the highest and best form of follow-up possible in marketing. And you're driving them all to an automated call to action where they can just book themselves into your calendar, and then you spend your time creating Zoom meeting links and sending them to the people who are interested in meeting with you. And for your icebreaker, you're going to run that at $1 a day if that's all you have. For your warm conversation campaign, you can run that for $1 to $3 a day if that's all you have. So you can do this for $2 to $5 a day and get it going. Compare that to Zillow Premier at $800 a month. What do you think would be possible if you spent $800 a month on buying your own traffic on Facebook right now with video view ads? Well, you'd be getting listing appointments and listing leads is what you'd be doing. And you would be getting them in the area that you know that you're targeting. Okay? Now, this is what I call social signaling 101. Right now, I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes showing you and scaling this up. By the way, before I continue, I want to give you some more stuff. I want to show you some more opportunities with this. But before I continue, actually, let me ask you a question. Just a really quick question. Please answer in the chat box. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, don't even know why I'm here, 10 being, this is truly valuable. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate what I've shared with you so far? Just honest, candid feedback for me. Please type in the chat box on a scale of 1 to 10. Tracy says 10. Arthur says 10. Wendy says 10. Thank you, Wendy. Karen, Jay say 10. Jerry says 6. Okay, we'll get Jerry's score up. Sandy, Don, Thomas, and Myrtle and Lee Ruth all say 10. Thank you so much. Henry says, I got here really late. 10. William says 9. Thank you so much. Okay, I appreciate the feedback. You know, when you're talking to a cyber abyss like this, you don't see people's faces and you're not able to engage with them. It can sometimes feel lonely. So just checking in. Okay, now let me do this. I've just shown you what I call social signaling 101. And if you implement just this, this is enough to get your business growing very quickly, okay? What I'm going to do right now is show you how we scale this out even to be even stronger, to even be more robust and more effective. I call this social signaling 201. Once you've completed 101, which is everything here, right? Why is it so small? Yeah, and that's not that. So let me do this. Once you've completed everything that's here, okay, in 101, here's what you can do next. What you can do is record a 10 to 15 minute screen flow video. So like a PowerPoint presentation, but record on video. Okay. A 10 to 15 minute screen flow video. That's nothing but value and basically is like your pre-listing appointment package or presentation. Put this video into a landing page. Okay. And at the end of that video right now, as we're phasing out of COVID, at the end of that video, invite people to book themselves into your calendar for the same offer. Once you've created this ScreenFlow video, which is basically you giving a 10 to 15 minute list appointment presentation or just like a pre-listing package content, you would record 3 more warm conversation videos. Watch how this works. This is so incredible how simple and step by step this works. You would record 3 more warm conversation videos. Okay, on 3 more, following the same rules as before, 1 topic, 1 call to action. With these videos, the button and the link or the thing that you would promote in these videos would send people to the landing page for your what's called mini webinar. This is what a colleague of mine by the name of Joel Irway has coined for presentations like this. It's called a mini webinar. It's a pre-recorded ScreenFlow video. And what it'll do is for people where, just a single little video on Facebook isn't enough to get them to contact you, sending them to a 10 to 15 minute value bomb where they get even more content and value from you and deepens the know, like, trust sequence, right? That can work to build a bond with your prospects at scale very well, and then get the people who are a little bit harder to persuade or convert to actually book something with you. Now check this out. If you wanted to get really ambitious, here's what you would do with what I call 301. Check this out. Once per week, you would host a live webinar presentation similar to what I'm doing right now with you. And on this live webinar presentation, it would be a live webinar, okay? Live webinar. And you would give about a 30-minute presentation on what people need to do to prepare their home to sell. Basically what you do in a listing appointment, but you would do it online at scale. You would give 10 to 15 minutes of live Q&A at the end, and then make an offer for people to book an appointment with you or to just share their information in the chat box, and you offer to follow up with them. Okay? And if you decided to do that, you would just record 3 more warm conversation videos, add them to your warm conversation bucket. Okay? And then if you guessed that these videos are going to send people to your live webinar registration page, you'd be correct. So now look what we've done. If you did all this, you don't have to do that. By the way, you don't have to do any of 201 or 301 to make this work. 101 standalone works. What I'm saying to you is if you wanted to do more, you could do 201. And then if you wanted to do more, you could do 301. 201, the way I built this and designed it, 201 and 301 stack on top of each other, and they stack on top of 101. So it's like Legos. It's modular. It's Lego by Lego, block by block. Okay? Right before COVID hit, I had a student take my my live webinar strategy. He pushed, now this is pre-COVID, but he pushed it out to his database, invited everybody in his database to it, his leads, etc. He'd been buying leads for years and not getting a whole lot of results with them like most agents. Here's his stats. He had 30 people show up and attend. He had 15 people book an appointment, a listing appointment. This is pre-COVID. 10 people confirmed the day before. He only wanted to go on phone call confirmed listing appointments. 6 people signed listing agreements in their listing appointment. Average listing for him is 1.5 million. Okay? And he's in the SoCal market, so that's why the price is so high. Now, this isn't an average result. I'm just sharing with you the most recent case study I have. By the way, the real estate agent's name is Mark Sampson. Okay, he's in Southern California. And the reason I'm sharing it with you is most agents don't know that there's an incredible power in using webinars to sell to homeowners. Because most agents are pushing for, listing appointments, pressure tactics, selling. If you use education-based marketing and attraction-based marketing and draw the prospects in, give them value and information and guidance at scale, but the whole time they're bonding with you and they're liking you more and more and you're helping them, what do you think happens to their disposition towards you and the likelihood of them contacting you to be the first agent that they contact? Better than average, as Crocodile Dundee would say. Better than average. Okay? By the way, one final thing, and then I'm going to move on to more training. The training isn't done. I just want to point out one very powerful thing in case you've missed it. Remember what we said here about 5 to 15 touches? Well, if you end up with 9 videos in your warm conversation stack, all retargeting people pixeled from your icebreaker video, and they're getting exposed to all 9 videos all at the same time based upon whenever Facebook wants to serve them up, think you'll hit those 5 to 15 touches pretty quick? And what do they say? Follow-up is in the money, right? Unfortunately, most of our follow-up doesn't happen well because we don't have time or systems in place to do it. By the way, one last thing I'll share. Look at maybe you haven't noticed this, but I want you to see something. Check this out. Everything that I just put inside the black line is one-time work. Our time is one of our biggest choke points, right, and constraints to being able to implement effective marketing stuff. The icebreaker video you launch once and roll it out, and then you update it once every 1 to 2 months. So very limited work. Your warm conversation videos you record and launch, and they run on Facebook automated. Your Calendly page, you set it up one time and it just works. Your 201 warm convo videos, you record one time and launch and they run. Your mini webinar and your landing page, you record that, set that up one time and it just runs automated, evergreen. Your 301 videos, you record them once, launch them, and they run evergreen. The only things that are really manual about this are you have to create Zoom event links to send to people who book themselves into your calendar, raise their hand to meet with you, and you have to do a live weekly webinar, and that's only if you do 301. If you don't do 301 at all, then everything in 101 and 201 is automated, one-time work, except for the Zoom event meetings and then a new icebreaker once every 1 to 2 months. So this system actually allows you to create a snowball of where the longer your ads and videos run, the more and more people you get on your pixel, the more people your warm conversation videos have to follow up with, the more results and volume you build. And you don't have to spend a ton of money up front or spend a ton of money all the time. It's a snowball effect. Okay? This right here, A through Z, is how you take advantage and harness the opportunity within this perfect storm right now. This is the step-by-step system. And again, you only need to do 101 to really do this. If you want to add 201, you can. And if you want to add 301, you can, but you don't have to. Okay? Now, what does it require to actually get social signaling off the ground? Like, what do you need in terms of tools, resources, knowledge, whatever? What do you actually need? Well, here's what you need. Write this down. You need a smartphone with a camera in it, which is most smartphones these days. And you probably have one already, right? So if you have that, check. You already have that. You need a Facebook account, which is free. I'm going to guess most of you have a Facebook account, just a personal Facebook account. You need to go set up a Calendly account. It's free for a basic account. Free works for this. You need to go buy a domain name that you're going to point to your Calendly page so that you have a nice, clean looking URL that you can use on Facebook when you're sending people to a link. A domain costs $10 a year. So that's less than $1 a month. Okay? And then you need to go set up a basic Zoom account, which is free. And a basic Zoom account will suffice for what we're doing. And then you just need a daily budget of $2 to $5 for your Facebook video view ads. If you have no budget, if you have very little budget, you can launch this for $2 to $5 a day. That right there is the entire list of technical things, tools, and hardware or resources that you need to get social signaling 101 off the ground. The only other thing you need is a willingness to do this. That's that's in the gray matter between your two ears. All right, that's you and your inner game. But in terms of hardware, resources, tools, or technology, this is the list. When we sat down and tried to come up with something to work, and social signaling was born, what we came up with is it had to be fast and easy to implement and start working right away and not cost a lot of money because everybody was tightening their budgets up, right? Now, if you wanted to implement social signaling advanced, so 201 and 301, right? The mini webinar and then maybe the live webinar. If you wanted to do all of that, here's what you would need to add on top of the resources. You would need a landing page tool. So you either already have that with your CRM or your email service provider. If you don't, typical cost is from anywhere from lead pages cost $37 a month. ClickFunnels is $97 a month. Listings to leads, I forget how much they are. I think they're like $49 a month. You can find pretty cheap landing page tools if you already, in fact, don't have one. You'll also need a YouTube account, which is free. The only reason why you need a YouTube account is because that's where I recommend you take your ScreenFlow video for the mini webinar, upload it into YouTube as an unlisted video, and then embed it into a landing page. Okay? And then you'll need screen recording software to record your screen when you're recording your mini webinar presentation. Screencast-O-Matic, which is what I use, costs $25 a year. It's pretty affordable. Screencast-O-Matic, okay? And then you can run your live webinars for Social Signaling 301 with your basic free Zoom meeting account. So you're covered there. So that literally right there is everything that it takes to get this off the ground. 101, 201, 301. Very, very doable for, I would imagine, 99% of you, okay? Now, what's the reach? Well, you can run your icebreaker video for as little as $1 a day, as I've shared before, and you can run your warm conversation videos for as little as $1 a day each, or $1 a day for all 3 warm conversation videos combined if that's all you have. So you can literally get the strategy off the ground for $2 to $4 a day. Now, if you compare this to buying leads from online vendors and how much that costs, it's not even funny. Plus, with social signaling, you know that people in your warm audience have actually watched at least 15 seconds of your icebreaker and like your content. Like you know that they vibe with your energy, your personality, right? Your presentation and your content. So there's some actual intent that's been demonstrated by their behavior. Now, let's go on Facebook, right? And if you're doubting me about the $1 a day possibility, let's go on Facebook right now. I'm going to go to my ads manager account right now. I'm going to pull up a warm conversation a video view ad campaign setup, all pre-set up for the purpose of this training. What I want you guys to do right now is type in the chat box what city or market you're in, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then enter in your city, your market, and we'll look at what kind of reach you can get in your market live right now today for a video view ad campaign for $1 a day. So type your city or your market into the chat box, and I'm literally just going to pull it up in front of you live and let you see it for yourself. All right, so give it a second here to load up. Facebook Ads Manager is pretty bandwidth intense, but we'll be okay. Just let's give it a little bit of a wee bit of patience, and we'll be good to go. All right, so I'm going to go look at my cities. The cities that you guys have sent me. Okay, I've got Toronto. I don't know if I'll be able to do all of them, but I'll do as many as I can, okay? So let's first drop this daily budget down to $1. So please look at my screen and see for yourself that I've dropped this down to $1. And now let's go to edit the location. And let's put in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So in Toronto, Canada, right now, for $1 a day, your estimated daily results, your estimated reach is 132 to 380 people for $1 a day. $1 a day for the icebreaker. Okay? Next city, Riverside, California. Let's do Riverside, California. Turn off Toronto. Riverside, California. $1 a day. 112 to 332 people is the estimated daily result that you can reach. Carol says Sherman. I'm not sure where Sherman is at, but I'm going to guess it's Texas. Is that where it's at, Carol? Yes, Sherman, Texas. Yep. Sherman. Let's see what's possible in Sherman for $1 a day. I'm happy that we're getting a broad range. In Sherman right now, Carol can reach between 151 people to 437 people a day for, again, right here, confirm it, $1 a day. Okay? I'm going to keep this going because I think this is important for us to get a feel of it. Simeon in Bowie, Maryland, it looks like. Let's do Bowie, Maryland. Oh, whoops, I hit the wrong thing there. Bowie, Maryland. 120 to 348 people a day for $1 a day. All right. Let's do Palm Bay, Florida. Again, I'm just pulling cities out that you guys have given me a ton of cities. I'm not going to be able to do all of them because it'll take too long, but I just want to give you a wide range around the U.S. 134 to 388 people in Palm Bay. What would happen if we tripled our budget? Tripled sounds so scary. What if we tripled it to $3 a day? What would happen if we tripled it to $3 a day? If we tripled the budget to $3 a day in Palm Bay, Florida, that's 403 to 1.2 thousand people a day that you could reach. We got Queensbury, New York in the house. Let's check that out. Queensbury, New York, for $3 a day, 406 to 1.2 thousand people. We'll do two more, and then we'll get back to more training. Let's see here. Vereen Sutton says Phoenix. Let's pull in Phoenix. At $3 a day, 358 to 1,000 people. Okay? So you guys are seeing this for yourself. Okay? I'm not like finding one instance of somewhere in some little town where nobody's advertising, where $1 a day got some video views. This is in every major market across the US. You see it for yourself live. Wendy says Orlando. Let's put in Orlando. In Orlando, $3 a day will get you 376 to 1.1 thousand people that you could reach a day. Karen says Temecula, California. Temecula. Temecula, California, $3 a day is 340 to 984 people a day that you could reach. And if you dropped it down to $1 a day, it's 113 to 328 people a day. Jeff asks, what's your audience definition when you're looking at $1 a day per city? In real estate right now, everything has changed on Facebook advertising for real estate. Zip codes are not allowed, and it forces a minimum of a 15-mile radius, okay, for all real estate marketing, and you cannot do exclusions. So the only thing you can do is now just throw up a 15-mile radius map or bigger and run an ad to that. And so that's why a lot of real estate agents are losing their shirts on Facebook marketing and have stopped doing it. But agents who are using social signaling, it works because of the fact that we're able to take the artificial intelligence platform, if you will, that knows who's interested in real estate, serve it a video that's about real estate, and then by running it as a video view ad, which keeps people on Facebook, and Facebook loves that, it becomes this virtuous kind of reciprocal relationship. So we just we let Facebook target anybody it wants to target in a 15-mile radius. But because Facebook is trying to do a really good job of keeping everybody on Facebook happy, they're only going to show your video. Facebook knows who's interested in watching videos and is interested in real estate. And you actually just let Facebook do that work of finding and sorting and selecting people. But exclusion audiences and doing definition targeting in Facebook is no longer allowed for real estate because it's under a special category. And again, that basically set off a bomb inside most agents' Facebook ad accounts and made them unprofitable. It was actually the biggest opportunity that could have fallen in our lap for us because of how we're doing things. Okay? So you've seen it for yourself live in all these cities. Now let's get back to more training because I'm not done. I've got more content I need to get in your hands. Okay? So I just showed you and proved to you beyond a shadow of a doubt what you can do for $1 a day to $3 a day on Facebook right now, all across the US and even in Canada. We covered it all. So you see for yourself what the approximate ranges are. Here's what some agents who implemented social signaling in the very first week that we came up with it, when it was still a baby. Drew Peterson, he spiked his initial icebreaker, his very first one. I told agents, spike it for the first 3 days. For the first 72 hours, and this is that snowball strategy I promised I would share with you. For the first 3 days, snowball it, spike it. Spend $25 to $50 a day if you can. Because what will happen is you'll get more people on your pixel faster, so then you have more people to follow up with your warm conversation videos. Plus, the more people Facebook can drive to your video in the first 3 days, then the faster Facebook's algorithm learns who's actually watching your video, who isn't, so that then when you throttle it back down to $1 a day, that $1 a day is being spent on much higher quality traffic in general because Facebook has learned. Got it? So for Drew, he spent $35 a day for 3 days for his spike. He got 4,999 through plays. That's 5,000 people on a pixel. Wendy Goodwill ran my icebreaker, spiked $151 total. She spent $50 a day, then dropped it to $3 a day. She had 2,019 through plays at 8 cents each. That's 2,019 people she is now retargeting from when she did that, okay? Jessica here shared, hey, I just wanted to share this photo. A seller responded to my icebreaker video today that I just posted Sunday. I immediately responded back to him and he gave me a call. Plans to list his home. Thank you, Andre, for these valuable lessons of offering valuable information first, right? Now, again, you met Michael earlier. but now you get a better appreciation for what he did to get these results. I introduced you to him earlier. Charleston, South Carolina. He applied social signaling. Within 6 days of rolling out his icebreaker, he had prospects reaching out to him about selling. Within about a 3-week time frame after that, he had 3 listing appointments generated from his social signaling campaign, 101 up and running, okay? He signed his first listing 47 days from when he actually rolled everything out, okay? Signed listing agreement for a home. And the other 2 listing appointments are going to be, he has verbal commitments from the homeowners to list in 2 weeks and in 4 weeks per home. So one home is listing in 2 weeks. The other one is respectively in 2 weeks and 4 weeks. Okay. He implemented what I just shared with you. Okay. So I hope that as you've been taking notes and learning, you're committing to yourself to actually go implement everything I've shared with you. Now, here is something else that you can do with social signaling to basically bring your database and your sphere of influence to life very quickly. Watch this. You can reach your entire sphere of influence for pennies of you and stay top of mind. And right now, with COVID stuff and everything that's happening, this is more important than ever to be a voice of guidance, value, and leadership in your community. What you can do is upload take all your sphere of influence or all of your database, your leads, put them into a spreadsheet, telephone numbers and email addresses, upload that spreadsheet into Facebook. I don't know if you know this, but you can actually run video view ad campaigns to those people just in that spreadsheet. So imagine loading up your entire sphere of influence and launching a video to them where they don't have to open an email from you, click on anything. They just see videos in their newsfeed. You can also do this for lists that you have for different niches. So maybe you focus on investors, FSBOs, old expireds, empty nesters. I don't know, whatever you do. You can do a warm conversation style video or icebreaker style videos to all of these people because you already know who they are. Let me just really briefly sketch this out for you on the whiteboard so you can kind of get a visual understanding of how this works, okay? So this is how it works. Check this out. What you would do is you would get so let's say you have a custom audience. Let's say you have a list or an audience of people. Let's say it's your sphere of influence, okay? These are all the people in your sphere of influence here, okay? What you do is you load them up, you load their email addresses and or telephone numbers into a spreadsheet, okay? Put it into a spreadsheet. And then you upload that spreadsheet into Facebook, okay? And then once that spreadsheet is loaded up into Facebook as what we call a custom audience, you just run a video view ad to them. Now, the biggest thing that most agents have struggled with keeping in touch with their sphere of influence, right, and getting business from your database, repeat business and referrals, is getting them to engage, right? Because either you have to the highest form of engagement is to call them, but you don't have time to do that all the time. Sending emails at scale doesn't really work well all the time. You shouldn't stop doing it, but you got to get them to, you got to survive spam filters, get them to see the email, open the email, engage with it, whatever. With this, you can just literally run videos to your entire sphere and do a new video every week and stay in touch with them and ask them, offer free valuable information, talk about your community, ask for referrals, remind them that you're active. Kevin Kaufman, I think he's down in Arizona. This is his #1 strategy for generating new business. What he does is he launches a new video to his sphere of influence and database once per week, one new video per week, and runs it for $1 to $5 a day. And he does, I think, about 70 to 80 deals a year, if I remember correctly. But his #1 source of new business, or just business, is literally this, running videos to a custom audience of his database and sphere of influence. So you could literally even skip all of this that you've learned in 101, 201, and 301, except for, how to do an icebreaker and warm convos, and then literally just right now immediately in the next few days, bring your entire sphere of influence and database to life and galvanize it. I mean, how many deals would you need to do out of that to make that worthwhile, right? What, one, let alone 2, 3, 4, 5? Now, keep in mind, this isn't exclusive to your sphere of influence. If you have lists, like if you have farm lists, I hope the light bulb is turning on. Farm lists, lists of homeowners in your farm, telephone numbers or email addresses. You can upload them into a custom into a spreadsheet, load them up into Facebook, shoot videos for them. If you're doing investors, put that list into a spreadsheet, get it into Facebook, run videos. Okay? FSBOs and expireds. Okay? Same thing. Empty nesters. The only rule is this. Your custom audience has to have 100 matched records, a minimum of 100 matched records on Facebook. Okay, so your list has to be over 100 people because then you're not going to get 100% match rate. So if you have at least a list of 150 people or more, you should be good. You can go do this with any list you want, any niche you want, and you already know who they are, so you can record videos that are specifically for those people. I hope the light bulbs are turning on with the power of what social signaling can do for you, okay? So you've just learned everything I could possibly give you and cram into an hour and a half now, and I hope you're going to implement. So now let's talk about you, and let's talk about you implementing this and getting it off the ground. As you know, information alone doesn't do anything for us, right? It's actually implementing it. So one, I hope you've been taking notes. I hope you've been taking screenshots. I hope you've been copycatting everything I've shown you on your notepad, and please take it and run with it. Please, this stuff works. I'm about to show you more people that it's working for, but please, so far, I hope you're already seeing the opportunity and the potential for yourself in your marketplace. My ask of you is that you don't just take all this information and get all excited and then not do anything with it, right? As the joke goes, if information was the only gap, we'd all be billionaires and have six-pack abs. Most of us aren't billionaires, and most of us don't have six-pack abs. I know for me, my weight is a yo-yo, right? So, information alone isn't the solution. Second thing, I've been on webinars before where I've learned something new, exciting. My brain is buzzing with the opportunity. I'm excited, right? I'm like, this is going to make such a big difference for me in my business. Then I go to sleep. Then I wake up. And then what happens the next day? Well, files are practically, lighting themselves on fire. Deals that are in escrow are having problems. Clients are being onerous and difficult. Situations and issues, problems. And what happens when you deal with real life? You fall back to old habits, right? In times under pressure and under stress, we do not rise to the level of our vision or aspiration for ourselves. We as humans fall to the level of our habits and training. What I don't want you to do is to hear all this, get excited, then tomorrow be like, oh, I'll do tomorrow. Oh, I'll start it tomorrow. Oh, I'll start it tomorrow. Never get to do it, but know this is possible and never get the results from it, because that's going to create a lot of frustration for you. Okay? So what I've done is I have created a unique, one-of-a-kind vehicle that I don't think anybody else in real estate is doing right now to help you implement. Josh Shanley has gone through this. We've had nearly 300 people go through this in the last, start going through this in the last 45 days. Let me show you what it is. What this is it's called a 2-day social signaling boot camp. Okay? It's a 2-day online virtual event. So you can be at home. You would be on Zoom like this with me. Okay? It's a 2-day virtual online boot camp that's going to help you implement social signaling. Okay? So if you want to uncover exactly what to say to your leads so that they engage with you like crazy, okay? If you want to learn how to lay out the perfect marketing message for your services, if you would like my personal help with structuring a superior sales process that effortlessly demonstrates your value to prospects using social signaling, if you'd like my personal help with generating high quality leads on a daily basis and never go another week without a listing appointment. And if you would like my personal help with setting up a marketing campaign that predictably and consistently generates leads and listing appointments, and do it all in literally just 2 days flat, okay, then this is for you, what I'm about to show you next. When we first created social signaling, one of the things that we all knew was this can't take weeks. This can't take 10 weeks, 12 weeks, 8 weeks, 6 weeks. This has to work fast because we need to get results right now. COVID-19 is just starting to thaw a little bit in terms of like the restrictions, right? We're all starting to kind of get back out in our marketplaces. Most marketplaces, I think, for the most part, are open, at least at phase 1 level. Right now is the time to strike on this perfect storm opportunity and launch your post-COVID comeback. Social signaling, I truly 100% believe, is the best vehicle out there for you to be able to do that, especially given the results that we're already generating last 45 days with students and clients. Now, before I go into showing you exactly what is in the 2-day social signaling bootcamp, what all you get with it, how much it costs, okay, and what your commitment is, I want to start off by first helping diffuse a little bit of tension. I know I've given you a bunch of value. I know, hopefully you would agree, I've given you more value than most free webinars ever do. But I want to right now share with you that we offer the 2-day social signaling bootcamp with something that I call the 2020 Success Agreement. Please pay very close attention to this because there is not, to my knowledge and research, there is not another single platform, coach, or vendor in the entire real estate industry who's offering what I'm about to offer you. Okay? First and foremost, considering how much financial uncertainty 2020 has caused, and yet how quickly having good marketing can launch your post-COVID comeback, I'm offering you our 2020 Success Agreement. If you join the 2-day social signaling bootcamp, you will have until December 31st of this year to go through the entire program, go through all the content, use all the tools and resources, and see if this is right for you and works. If it doesn't, you can get all your money back. Okay? So first and foremost, this comes with basically a 6-month, 100% money back guarantee. A full 6 months. Not some 14-day, 13-day, 30-day thing where it's like, I hope they forget, and then and then they pass the refund period. No, a full 6 months. Okay? Furthermore, if you complete marketing steps from my framework and my training and my coaching by specified dates, participate in the community, and apply my coaching step by step, we will reimburse you for up to $3,000 in Facebook ad spend if you're not profitable by December 31st, 2020. Okay? So let that sink in. If you join my 2-day social signaling bootcamp and our community, you have a 6-month, 100% money back guarantee on the enrollment fee for the bootcamp. That's standalone. And then if you implement, take action, and follow my marketing plan and go and spend money on Facebook ad traffic, run video view ad campaigns, and you do that exactly how I coach you on it, if you're not profitable on it by December 31st, I will reimburse you for up to $3,000 of your Facebook ad spend. So this is literally 100% risk-free for the rest of 2020. And I think this is the kind of vehicle and opportunity the real estate agents need right now coming out of COVID, okay? So I hope this is clear. I hope you understand clearly what my 2020 Success Agreement is with you. Now let's continue. What all is in this social signaling 2-day bootcamp, Andre? Well, as I said before, it is a live 2-day bootcamp with me personally, okay, where you, this is very unique, you look over my shoulder as I build an entire social signaling system from scratch. And I mean like literally from zero. You look at my screen, you watch my screen through Zoom, and I literally build it out button by button, click by click, and answer questions. So you literally just follow along, watching me do it. Each of the sessions are about 3 to 5 hours long, depending on how many students we have. Okay. We stop for Q&A regularly, so no one is left behind. I'm live on camera, just like this. First session is on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Second session is on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Let me show you a recorded example, just like a little snippet, so you can see for yourself just how step-by-step this truly is. All right, so here's an example of us in the middle of a 4.5-hour session. Split hairs with Facebook on this. There's no hairs to be split. If you're a real estate agent and you're running any sort of ad, even if it's not about just like a listing or a posting or whatever you might think is real estate, it's still real estate marketing, okay, because you're a real estate agent. So special ad category, and then make sure you're in housing. Okay, really quick, you'll notice that it says credit, employment, and housing. Those are the 3 categories where a lot of unscrupulous Okay, let's skip to another part. Leave both off. Okay, this is one of those parts where I said I could go into the weeds and explain the why reason behind every step, but to save time, the answer is just leave it off. Okay, and then below that, you're going to see a blue button that says continue. Click that blue button that says continue. So that right there is a small snippet of just how step-by-step I take this. I take it very slow, methodical, programmatically, no steps skipped, and then I stop for Q&A on camera. So you'll be on Zoom. You can, during our Q&A breaks, we usually take 4 to 5 Q&A breaks. I answer anybody and everybody's questions on camera and also on chat. If you look to your right, here's everybody who asks me questions in the chat boxes, right, in the chat box. And this just gives you an idea of how many questions I'll answer, and everybody gets their question answered, okay? Everybody gets their answered. Everybody gets the questions that, everybody gets their questions answered. Everybody gets what they need. So over 2 days, I literally go through everything with a fine-tooth comb. One of my biggest frustrations when I first became a real estate agent and went through training programs is that they were very high level and surface level, but when it came down to the tactics and the mechanics and the details, they would fall short. I'm not a techie, at least I wasn't then. I'm a little bit more now. And basically that's where all my marketing dreams would go to die, is in the details. This is the most detailed training I think you will ever be a part of, okay? During this 2-day boot camp, what I cover specifically, but not limited to, is I'm going to show you how to set up a Facebook page properly for social signaling. I'm going to show you how to set up an icebreaker video view ad campaign, step by step. I'm going to show you how to set up and run a warm video conversation campaign, step by step. I'm going to show you how to create a custom audience pixel from your icebreaker, button by button. I'm going to show you how to set up your Calendly funnel. That's your Calendly account, how to point a domain name, anything to do with that. I'm going to show you step by step, button by button. I'm then also going to show you how to set up your mini webinar funnel. That's the ScreenFlow recording video, okay? I'm going to show you how to record your ScreenFlow video. I'm going to show you how to upload to YouTube. I'm going to show you how to set up a landing page. Button by button, step by step, you look over my shoulder the whole time. I'm then going to show you how to set up and run video view ad campaigns to custom audiences, like your sphere of influence, lists, things like that, okay? I'm then going to give you word-for-word video scripts and content frameworks. I'm going to show you how to automate adding leads into your CRM from Facebook step by step, so as soon as they become a lead, you can just then do autorespond marketing to them. So literally, no stone left unturned, no question left unanswered, okay? The Social Signaling 2-day boot camp is a $1,997 value, okay? Now, I want you to meet Josh Shanley out in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. He attended the Social Signaling boot camp, launched his first icebreaker video view ad, just his icebreaker video view ad, and just off of that one, within 5 days, he had 2 new prospects reach out to him to talk to him about selling. Both are going to be on the market in about 3 weeks, okay? That's just from his icebreaker, okay? Jessica Cooper sharing that she got her client within first listing opportunity within 36 hours. okay, Richmond, Virginia, attended the social signaling boot camp, launched her first icebreaker video view ad. Within 36 hours, she had her first listing opportunity, okay? Alyssa St. John, I have taken other social media classes, but what this did and kept my attention for 5 hours was how deep you went and how you went into things no one else touches upon. That is definitely going to give us an edge over other agents who don't know this information. The quality of the content is unsurpassed, and it is easy to immediately implement, and we know exactly what to do. There is no guesswork. This is going to get immediate results. It makes perfect sense. I've been chasing leads for over a year. This is so much better of an approach where they come to us for guidance instead of us chasing them. Here's what Alberto Pacheco has to say. I've been putting some ads on Facebook in the past, but it's very complicated. The way you explained it with all the nitty-gritty and the steps, it really helps. It normally takes quite a long time to learn all the back end of Facebook Ads Manager, and this is just the beginning. Facebook is evolving all the time. What worked 3 months ago doesn't work now. This has been great. Thank you so much for teaching us all these details. So who does social signaling work for? If you're a new agent, no database, leads, CRMs, or budget, this will work for you. If you're an experienced agent with some business who is you're at a plateau, you need to break through to the next level, this will work for you. If you're an agent with a team who needs to generate a lot of leads and opportunities quickly to feed your team, this will definitely work for you, okay? If you're an agent looking to recruit agents to your team and you need a hook that easily demonstrates your value, social signaling is just the thing. In addition to the 2-day boot camp, one of the things that I offer and do is ongoing, continuous support so that you're never left behind is I offer weekly live Q&A hot seat calls with me every week. Every week, I host a live video hot seat call on Zoom during which I answer any implementation questions you have, okay? We work through any challenges or roadblocks you may have run into, and I help you solve for your marketing challenges live on the spot, okay? So you get live access to me every single week. This way you never get stuck and you get the support you need, okay? With a 2-day social signaling boot camp and with the weekly Q&A calls, you'll be able to get dead leads to come back to life because you're going to be able to offer something different. You're going to be able to take your database and put it up into a custom audience on Facebook and run video ads to them. You're going to be able to eliminate a lot of the rejection your current sales process has you facing because you're going to flip the script and show value up front now using education-based marketing and attraction-based marketing, okay? And you're going to be able to have certainty in your future because you'll know you have a way for predictably getting business without cold calling, buying leads, or basically begging and chasing, okay? You're going to also be able to generate steady listing appointments every week once this is up and running, even daily if you get it up and going fast enough and give it enough momentum, okay? And you're going to be able to watch your efforts and work snowball, right, and gain momentum instead of always feeling like you're on a hamster wheel, which I think is where many agents find themselves. On the flip side of the coin, with social signaling, you're going to be able to get rid of the dread of knowing your sales strategy is going to have you facing endless rejection, disrespect all day long, right? Because you're going to be leading with value first. You're going to be able to get rid of the endless cold calling and the unreturned phone calls and emails. You're going to be able to get rid of being held hostage by lead companies and lead vendors who sell us crappy leads, but we're stuck buying them because up until today, we didn't have a different way of getting leads. You're also going to be able to get rid of racking your brain trying to figure out how you can differentiate yourself from the competition, okay? And you're going to be able to get rid of not knowing how to cut through the clutter and demonstrate your value to serious prospects because social signaling by default does that for you, all right? You're going to be able to get rid of that feeling like you're constantly starting from scratch every day because finally, for once, you're going to have something with momentum that's snowballing for as little as $2 to $5 a day. Most of the work, as I've shown you before, is one-time work. Here's what Jerry Birdsong had to say. Shout out to Andre Polson and his social signaling training. I had all but given up, but finally a systematic approach to generate seller leads on Facebook. My calling as a realtor is to serve, and especially those who don't know how to go about even just getting started selling their homes during COVID-19 pandemic. With Andre's assistance, I have a system in place that tagged 1,500 potential sellers in just the first 3 days. Andre is so patient, especially with those who are technically challenged and camera shy. During the 2-day Zoom workshop and follow-up Q&A sessions, nobody was left behind. Andre even still makes himself available for just time one-on-one assistance whenever we need it. I give my strongest endorsement to the social signaling workshop and system, Jerry Birdsong. Since then, I have actually hired a full-time team member support staff who also now by having that team member, I am now also able to offer you guys one-on-one support calls after the boot camp. If something still doesn't make sense, you can get a one-on-one support call on Zoom or on the phone with my Facebook guy, and he will literally work with you one-on-one through any problem you have. It doesn't cost you any extra. And that's one of the reasons why I can offer you my 2020 success agreement, is because I actually am building a team that will support you and give you one-on-one support if you need it, okay? Here's what Mustafa Faiz has to say. I took the first boot camp, implemented my icebreaker video, $400 spent. He really did the whole spike strategy. He went way, 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 way above and beyond what I normally recommend. 40,000 views, 15 comments, shares, and likes. Got a good audience list built up and now working on the warm videos. I'm really excited. Thanks, Andre, for teaching us some very valuable marketing ideas. Wendy, your love for what you do in teaching your students shines through. The engagement of the curriculum is so easy for your students to embrace, as your specific and detailed explanations that you give to students is easy to follow. I am grateful that you are dedicated to your students even after the class by ensuring the teachings are fully understood to be easily implemented into your business immediately. Thank you. Here's what Teresa Churgan has to say after attending the boot camp. This is definitely something you can implement right away. Something nobody else is teaching or even talking about. And pretty much anybody can do it. It's just very easy after what you've shown us. You've shown us step by step, so there's nothing that we have to guess. This is truly a set it and forget it kind of thing. You can get it started, have it working in the background, and maybe even have a couple of versions of it. But it would generate results without you having to think about it every day or change things up all the time. So let's recap what you're going to get. You're going to get the 2-day social signaling bootcamp and the weekly live Q&A calls combined a value of $2,494, okay? But that's not all. For the first 25 people who join the 2-day bootcamp and join our community, I'm going to give you a bonus. I'm going to give you a couple bonuses. Bonus number 1, I'm going to give you my 15 best word-for-word video scripts. Literally word for word, all you have to do is just look at them and use a teleprompter on your phone or memorize them and shoot them. No figuring out how to create a video script. You don't have to hire a copywriter to create video scripts, which, by the way, if you hired a copywriter, you'd easily pay them more than $800 for 15 word-for-word video scripts, okay? By the way, here are the topics of my 15 best word-for-word video scripts. Not a housing crisis. Can I sell right now? How to handle showings during these times. How does all this impact my home value? 7 common seller mistakes. 9 questions to ask an agent. Ballpark estimate. Avoid big ticket items. Don't chase the market. Decluttering your home, passing a home inspection, sell fast, sell for top dollar, start prepping 60 days out, be seen as the best buy in the block, virtual tours work. So you will get these 15 video scripts word for word. They're my best performing video scripts right now. Second bonus at no additional charge, which is easily, you would spend more than $500 to have this made for yourself. You're going to get my mini webinar slides done for you as a template ready to record. So remember in Social Signaling 201 where you would do a screen flow video, record that, put it into a video, put it on a landing page, and it becomes like an automated mini webinar where you're pre-framing and selling people for 10 to 15 minutes. Well, I'm just going to give you my script, my slides. All you got to do is put in your name, your picture, your market information, check the details to make sure they're aligned and accurate for your business. Out of the box, ready to go. Saves you a ton of time, ton of money, all right? And it helps you make implementing 201 super quick, okay? For the first 25 people who join the Social Signaling Bootcamp today, you're going to get this for free. So what you're getting here today, what is this vehicle that I have created for you that's such a game changer, that's creating such results for people and that is so unique and new? It's a 2-day boot camp with me personally live where you're going to look over my shoulders. I build this thing from scratch, button by button, step by step. Not somebody who just jumps on camera for 10 minutes, tells you about some great stuff high level, and then sends you off to figure it out on your own. You're then going to get weekly live Q&A calls with me on an ongoing basis. On top of that, you've got my support team now for one-on-one calls if you need them. By the way, I didn't mention this, but you're also going to get the recordings of the 2-day boot camp. So if you're not able to make it, that's okay. Also, I didn't mention this. With your enrollment, you get a 12-month VIP pass. So I host 2 to 3 boot camps per month. You can come to as many of the boot camps as you want for an entire year for your one-time enrollment. So if you ever want to come back for a refresher, you can come back. By the way, team members are grandfathered in. So if you have an assistant, a business partner, somebody you work with, they can come and attend the boot camp on your ticket. Okay? So you get the 2-day boot camp, you get the audio recordings of the boot camp, you get 12 months unlimited attendance VIP access to every single training event, so you can come back as many times as you like. You get weekly live Q&A calls. You get access to my support team, and you'll get my 15 best word-for-word video scripts and my mini webinar slides. So total of value here today, $3,788. Okay. Now, if all this did was finally give you marketing that was profitable, meaning $1 in, 2 back, would that be worth $3,788? I'm sure you probably would agree it would be, right? If all this did was help you double, triple, even quadruple the number of listing appointments you get, would that be worth $3,788? Especially since it comes with my 6-month money-back guarantee and a reimbursement offer on your ad spend. Well, I think it would be, right? More listing appointments equals more listings. If all this did was give you the ability to cut all the runaround and rejection in half, having homeowners recognize your value immediately up front, would that be worth it? I think so. When I created this and put this together, I had 2 choices. One, first option, go cheap as possible, make a little course, which is probably what you get offered all the time, and then try to sell as many as possible. But that wouldn't really incentivize me to stack the value. Second option required a much higher investment on my part, but in exchange, I could devote more resources to guarantee your success. Obviously, you see which option I took, right? With the success agreement, staff, ongoing support. Here's some early results within the first 3 days of the bootcamp for some other students. Alyssa, $25 for 4 days, got 1,650 through plays. That's 1,650 people on her pixel at 6 cents each. Jerry Birdsong got 1,500 people pixeled at 5 cents. C-Ray got 195 people pixeled in less than 6 hours at 3 cents per pixel. And Alice got 83 people pixeled at 3 cents per pixel. Okay? What do you think? I don't know your market. I don't know what your average home price is. I don't know what your average commission is, but what you do know that. So think about your average price. Think about what your average commission is. What is one social signaling system up and running worth to you? What would that be worth? Would it bring in $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, maybe more? How much would you pay to get one perfect social signaling system set up? Given how step-by-step it is, and given the results that you're seeing happen for others. If your average commission is $4,000, would it make sense to pay me just $3,788 one time so you can set this all up? And then every listing past number 1 is just pure profit. Would that be a good deal? Especially with the full 6-month money-back guarantee and a performance-based reimbursement offer where if you do the work, implement it, I will reimburse up to $3,000 of your Facebook ad spend if you're not profitable. I think you can easily see why somebody would pay me $3,788. To the general public, this is available at $1,997. Because you are in Bob's community, you can get started right now for just a one-time payment of only $497. What you do is you go to listingbootcamp.com, click on the button to check out for $1,997, and on the enrollment form, you'll see a spot that says coupon code. Enter coupon code BM for Bob Mangold, BM500, and it will knock the price down from $1,997 to just $497. Our next social signaling boot camp is this Saturday, the 20th, and then the following Tuesday. And if you're not able to make it live, no sweat. I'll be hosting 2 more in July and then 2 to 3 in August. So you're set for 12 months. You can come to as many events as you like, and you get the recordings of every single one of them. Okay? Now, this is limited to 50 people total because the boot camps are live, and I can only take so many students, right? Because otherwise the Q&A gets way overwhelming. Now, you saw the results that Michael got. Listing in 47 days, 2 more in the next few weeks. What's really cool is to see his journey, because right after Michael took the boot camp, before he implemented, this is what we had to say. And it's so cool to see his initial testimonial about the boot camp, and then now to see his results a month and a half later. He says right after the boot camp, he had said, I can tell you I've spent a lot of money on advertising and marketing for our team. Been pretty disappointed with Facebook, just about gave up. Without the retargeting, I just haven't known what to do. I feel like today you've answered a lot of that. I found it very helpful the way you explained to capture people and then go retarget them. Step by step, easy to follow, well worth the time it took to painfully go through each step. In this crisis, now is the time to strike. We have a lot of opportunities to step in while a lot of agents are stepping out. But be there for people who really make a difference. Excellent class, really, really enjoyed it. This was him, a fresh-faced student on the Tuesday after the boot camp was done, the first boot camp, right? And he was in it. 47 days later, signed listing, 2 more on the way. So I'm really proud of him. Here's Jerry Birdsong again. I am so tired of people telling me you can't generate seller leads through Facebook. It really is hard, though. I have a lot of confidence in this because I've worked with Facebook ads, lead ads, messenger ads, you name it. And all those depend on how well I can convert. This system will bring me people who have some motivation, and that will make all the difference. The retargeting and having the right kind of video that will cause engagement is what really sets this apart for me. Okay? So look, now you have 2 choices. First option, you do nothing. Don't take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free, but this opportunity will pass you by. And I don't know how well you might be able to implement social signaling without something step-by-step. Okay? With the second option is you pony up the small investment today, and compared to all the value you're going to get in return, just give it a shot. And again, let me put my money where my mouth is. Let me remind you about the 2020 Success Agreement. Okay? Considering all the uncertainty that's happened this year, but on the flip side, how important good marketing is in a post-COVID comeback, I am giving an unheard of, never before seen, to my best knowledge, offer in the industry. Okay? You have until December 31st, 2020 to go through the entire program and see if this is right for you. Okay, so you get a 6-month, 100% money-back guarantee on the $497 enrollment. Furthermore, on top of that, if you complete the marketing steps by specified dates, participate in the community and attend at least 1 2-day boot camp, we will reimburse you for up to $3,000 in Facebook ad spend if you're not profitable by December 31st, 2020. Okay? So literally 100% risk-free. There's nobody out there that I know of who makes this kind of offer. Okay? So the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? Because if it does even half of what I've claimed today on this webinar, as you can see for yourself, it will pay for itself many, many times over, okay? So recap what you're getting, and then we'll go to Q&A here shortly. You're going to get the 2-day live social signaling bootcamp virtually online with me personally while watching me build social signaling step-by-step, button by button. You're going to get the recordings of those boot camps, of the boot camp. You're also going to get 12-month unlimited access to attend as many boot camps as you like, and you can bring your assistant, your team, and your partner to it. You're going to get weekly live Q&A calls with me, and you get access to my support team now who can give you one-on-one individual support. Then you're going to get my 2 bonuses, my 15 best word-for-word video scripts and my mini webinar slides. So the total value here is easily $3,788. But that's not all. For the first 25 people who take action, I'm also going to give you a 3rd bonus. I'm going to give you my live webinar slides. Remember Social Signaling 301, the weekly live webinar, and what I shared with you about Mark Sampson, who implemented the webinar strategy pre-COVID? I'm going to give you my proven converting webinar template with all the slides out of the box. All you got to do is put in your name, your market information, your website, your stuff, and you're ready to do a webinar. You couldn't even hire somebody for $1,000 to create a high converting webinar for you. You're going to get this for free if you're in the first 25 people to join Social Signaling today. Here's what Will Gilliam had to say. This has been just a great thing. When I heard it would be a 5-hour boot camp, I first said, hell to the no. No way I can sit for 5 hours. This has been an action-packed training that has actually kept my attention. My wife even said, I can't believe you're sitting through this and taking notes. The most important thing is that it is easy action we can go and do later tonight or tomorrow. This is massively actionable with things we can go do today. I know, I don't want a whole lot of people knowing this because we're going to corner the market. This is awesome. Here's what Paula Berggren has to say. This has been eye-opening and very informative, especially when you're afraid of technology. You have to learn really fast during these times. I have done Facebook ads before, but I didn't know how to do retargeting and set up pixels. With this now, I feel confident that I can do it. I really appreciate what you have done. It's very informative, the dialogues and the step-by-step instruction, plus giving us all the video scripts. It's really wonderful. I would recommend this to everybody. You're actually going through this step-by-step, and you're providing a recording so I can take the replay, take my computer, follow you step-by-step so I can do it correctly. Meet Darren Espada up in Wasilla, Alaska. Attended the Social Signaling Bootcamp. Launched his first Icebreaker video view ad campaign. Within 2 days, he had 2 prospects reach out to him about selling, and the owner's listing, one of the owners is listing by the end of the month. Okay? So let me show you what this looks like to enroll and how easy it is, okay? All you got to do, okay, is just go to www.listingbootcamp.com, all right? And it's going to take you to my school platform where it says Social Signaling 2-Day Bootcamp, get a breakthrough in just 2 days, grow your business in spite of COVID-19. Click on the button here that says enroll in course for $1,997. And when you get to the checkout page, right here at the top where it says order summary, underneath that it has a little picture of the Social Signaling framework. Right underneath the picture, it has this little blue button, the kind of green button that says add coupon. Click add coupon, and then in that box, type in BM for Bob Mangold, BM 500, click apply, and your price will be dropped to $497. One time. That's it. No recurring charges from us. Just a one-time $497 enrollment. Then just fill out the rest of the form, and you're registered, and you're in. Okay? So that's how easy it is. Just go to listingbootcamp.com, enter in the coupon code BM, boy, man, Bob Mangold, so BM 500, and you'll be able to enroll for the offer today. So you're going to get the 2-day boot camp with me personally, the recordings, 12-month VIP pass. You're going to get weekly live Q&A calls with me personally and access to my one-on-one support team. And you're going to get my 3 bonuses, my 15 best word-for-word video scripts, my mini webinar slides, and my live webinar slides. Okay? On top of all that, we actually have a pretty sweet community. Let me show you what our private community looks like and how we're actually all supporting each other and helping each other. We're having a ton of people post their icebreaker videos, their warm conversation videos. We have our community, as young as it is actually really, really cool. I'm really proud of it. So let me just show this to you really quickly so you get a sense of the community you'll get to be a part of after you've enrolled. All right, and if you've already enrolled, I'll make sure that you get access to this within 24 hours, okay? But here's our group. I just want you to see it for yourself, okay? It's a private group. It's for students only. Again, let me clarify. This is for enrolled students only. And here's Andy Moss, a student putting up his first icebreaker for review. People are giving feedback. I just want you to know that we have a truly active live community where we're actually doing things together, where we're actually working. Tons of people are posting their icebreakers, their warm conversation videos, posting results, posting problems and challenges and snags, right? And we're all working together as a community. And I just want you to see that after you enroll and when you join, you're actually part of a real community, okay? Where we're actually working with each other. We're actually helping each other. We're actually supporting one another. Like, you're never going to be alone, right? You got the ongoing boot camps, 2 to 3 per month, weekly live Q&A calls, and a 24/7, 365 Facebook group, okay? So I just want you to see for yourself the level of support, community, and resources that are here and available for you in this vehicle called social signaling, okay? I am 100% committed to your success. Obviously, you already know that with my 2020 success agreement, and this is just another element that helps with that, is the community, the positive reinforcement we get, and encouragement and motivation that we get from the community. Here's what Virginia Gardner had to say. Andre, until I began this program about social signaling with you, I think I've spent the past 30 years learning how to not enjoy the process of selling my services as a realtor. I am thankful for this opportunity to learn and understand from you. You have a manner and approach that is real and inclusive. You are incredibly knowledgeable and remarkably patient. Since I've been a realtor for 30 years, I think I can honestly ask the question, where have you been all my life? Thank you. That was a really cool post from Virginia. So look, in closing, you're going to have to figure out how to do marketing like this sooner or later, where it's education-based marketing, using video, all right, with something that's automated, running in the background, so that you're not always a hamster on a wheel, okay? You're going to have to, if you ever want to create momentum, right, and if you ever want to see a compounding effect on results, you're going to have to figure out how to do something like this now or later. If you do it now, you get to do it with me. You get to watch me do it. You get to watch somebody do it button by button, step by step, hold your hand through it, offer you ongoing support, and give you an unheard of 6-month money back guarantee and a reimbursement guarantee if you actually implement this. I don't think you'll ever get a better opportunity to do this, okay? One final little sweetener. If you've already enrolled and you're in the first 10, or if you enroll in the first 10 people, I'm going to give this to you for free. You will get my smartphone video rig stabilizer with my frame that I like to use for my smartphone videos to help them be really stable and smooth. And I'm going to include the shotgun microphone and the furry cat for the shotgun microphone and all the cords that you need with this. Standalone, when you buy all these pieces, they cost about $80 retail. For the first 10 people who enroll today, for just the first 10, you're going to get this at no additional cost as part of your $497 enrollment. I will ship this to you from Amazon, and you'll be able to use this to take your the quality of your videos to the next level, okay? So for the first 10 people who enroll, you're going to get this pretty sweet prize. Now, let's do Q&A. We're at the end. So listingbootcamp.com, use coupon code BM500, limited to 50 spots. And I'm going to go ahead and start welcoming people by name. I'm going to go ahead and check the enrollment. Meanwhile, Bob, if there's anything you want to now say, please do so. And then after I go check to see who's enrolled and welcome them by name, I'm then going to answer any questions about social signaling as well. But I'll hand it over to you, Bob, right now.
Well, let me give my 2 cents, because honestly, I watch almost every webinar that's on the planet because it's kind of my job, right? I coach agents and build teams and all that other stuff. Dude, this was awesome where you took them step by step through it and showed them how it lays out. And your handwriting was really good on the pad. But at the end of the day, guys, you're still going to need to do it, because everything he said in there about, hey, it's cool on the webinar and you look and you made notes, but being able to actually go and implement it is a different story. And the cool part was, hey, once you do it, it's done, right? You just keep rinse and repeat at the end of the day, which I think is amazing, right? The discount that you get for it is ridiculous, right? It's like 75% less than what you would normally sell it for. So I appreciate Andre giving that kind of a break to my community. So I really do, because that's a huge one, right? So at the end of the day, folks, he is especially impressed with this Facebook logo drawing. So exactly, I kind of chuckled at that one too. So at the end of the day, guys, I've been trying to answer questions as we go. Myrtle knows, how do I know if the first 10? Well, if you have an Amazon truck show up and you got all that stuff, you're good, Myrtle. Can you talk about how the 15-mile radius targeting works? Yeah, you can draw a circle, if you will. You can put a dot, Tracy, because I'm also in Phoenix. So you can put a dot on the map and then just choose your radius. They don't let you do anything less than 15 miles. So like you could actually punch in your home address or your office address, let's say, punch that in, and that 15-mile radius would be around it. Or if there's a specific subdivision you want to target, just lay the pin on that, right? Punch in an address like Andre did for, you know, when he was showing you how many people you could reach every day. And that's how it works. So Facebook has gotten rid of all the targeting where you can do homeowners and all that other stuff. So what if we can't get to a live appointment? I'm assuming, Vereen, that's about the class. Well, it's all going to be recorded too, right, Andrew?
Yeah, it's recorded, and if you can't get to the live boot camp this Saturday and Tuesday, we host 2 to 3 per month, and you get 12 months of unlimited access to every event. So you could attend every boot camp every month if you wanted to. So if you can't make it this Saturday, but you want to lock in this deal, just lock in the deal, and you can come to any boot camp that we host. By the way, welcome to Myrtle Hall. Welcome to Eduardo Rivera, Karen Benfield, Lou Rodriguez. Welcome, welcome. Crystal McCrory, Sharon Fix, Ruben Abrego. Those are some of the names I'm seeing. Welcome, welcome. If you're enrolling now, you're going to listingbootcamp.com. Use the coupon code BM500.
Yeah, that's a big one. Don't forget that one because, well, you'll save $1,400, folks. That's a big deal.
Myrtle asks, what time are the classes this Saturday and Tuesday? They are both at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and I will send out a link for them shortly after we're done with this training. So Karen says, this is what I need. Thank you. I'm so excited to get started. Awesome, Karen. Looking forward to working with you, and welcome to the boot camp.
And Karen's on my team, so I'm especially excited that she's excited, right? Because it's all about helping with those listings.
Lou said he's in. I'm now a listing bully. There you go.
So I've tried to keep up with the questions, especially the longer that we went. I wanted to keep up with those. Let me do the Q&A ones. I can't find where to put the discount code. So Andre, maybe you want to switch back.
I'll show it to you in a second. By the way, Henry is really funny. He said, I watch other webinars until I fall asleep or get bored. Not here. Super program. Thanks, Henry.
Hopefully,
look at my screen. Whoever asked that. Yeah.
Hopefully you stay awake.
Whoever asked, I don't know where to put in the coupon code. Here's where you do it. You go to listingbootcamp.com, right? And then once you go here, what you're going to do is click on this green button at the top that says enroll in course for $1,997. Click on that. And once you're here, at the top, it'll say order summary. Underneath that, it has a little picture. And underneath the picture, there's these green words that say add coupon. Click on those green words, click in that box, enter in BM500, hit enter or click apply, and that will apply the code. And then you get the price billed, the enrollment down to $497.
So we've got some questions about sharing scripts and stuff. Again, I just don't know. We've been on this for almost 2.5 hours. Mm-hmm. So in the interest of brevity, if we want to use brevity for something like that, I don't know that we want to go through all that again.
Well, if there's a question about scripts, my best word-for-word scripts are going to be shared with anybody who enrolls. The topics that I recommend for your first 3 warm conversation videos are how does this impact the value of my home? Can I sell right now? And how do we handle showings right now? And then the opening script for your icebreaker is just a call-out framework. State things that identify the person that you're looking to connect with. And we are recording this training, and if the recording works and is fine, I believe Bob will be sending it out to everybody. So you guys will be able to go back through it and pause whenever you want to and get all the training step by step that I already shared with you today.
So it looks like that's it on the questions. Right, yeah, I'm in the Q&A, so I think I've got covered on everything. So any other questions now, folks? So listingbootcamp.com, go in and click on that. Make sure you add the BM500 code, which drops it down to $497.
Yep, and welcome to Verene, or Verene, if I'm saying that right, Sutton. She just joined, and also Wendy Lant. Wendy, you accidentally enrolled for the $1,997 price, but what I'm going to do is as soon as this call is done, I'm going to go and refund you the $1,500 difference to honor the offer here today with Bob, and that'll be sent right back to the card that you enrolled with almost immediately, and you'll only be charged eventually, and fundamentally, at the end of the day, you only be paid $497. So if somebody accidentally enrolls for $1,997 or somehow the coupon code didn't go through, just know that I will refund you the $1,500 immediately for the balance.
How does she know? How does Vereen know she's in the first 10?
Right now, based upon my count, you are. I think you're number 8 or number 9.
When can I get access to the call? After this call, Karen, he said that he'll just get everybody who signed up, he'll send out all the access information for Saturday's call.
Yep. Give me till the end of the day, but I will send out access links, information. I'll get you guys into the Facebook group and make sure that you're all set up and ready to go. By the way, our members area where you enroll, it has the archives of the last 3 or 4 boot camps in there. So if you were really excited about this and wanted to start right away, you could go watch any day 1 and day 2 recordings right now or tomorrow. Or you can wait for Saturday and come live.
So, any other questions, folks? Believe it or not, we still got about 45% of the people who started are still here, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else?
Looks like we're good.
It does. So, listingbootcamp.com, make sure you click the coupon code, put in BM500. That's how you're getting it for $497, and then Andre will get all that information sent out late tonight, early in the morning. And so you've got access for this week, but if you can't make it this week, don't sweat it. A, it's recorded. B, you can attend any of the classes for the next, whatever, till the end of the year. So
correct. Well, actually for the next 12 months. So until this time next year.
Yep. The other thing too, folks, those are some pretty powerful guarantees, if I may say so myself.
Yeah, it's, I don't think, I mean, I believe, and I know I sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but I believe I have set the bar in the industry.
Yeah, I would say you have, because I'm on almost every webinar that exists. So, yep.
Yeah.
So
6-month money back guarantee on the $497, easy peasy. No gimmicks, no nothing. Just ask and you get it back. And then separately and on top of that, if you actually implement everything I'm giving you, use my templates and resources, hit all the milestones the way I coach you on them, attend a boot camp, be in the community, and if you're not profitable by December 31st, I will reimburse you up to $3,000 of Facebook ad spend.
That's crazy, guys. So there's really nothing to lose by doing it. I can tell you, somebody who teaches their agents to go out and get listings, that I'm actually really jazzed for, what we'll be able to bring to my agents and make sure that they all see it so that they can get this kind of thing set up, because, well, wouldn't it be cool to have listing leads coming in all the time? Yep. So, all right. I think that's all the questions.
Eduardo said, great webinar, awesome info for the tech handicapped. Thank you, Eduardo. Yeah, I think we're good. Looks good on my end. I don't see any questions coming in.
Nope. I think we're good. So, folks, thanks so much for being here. Andre, thanks for doing that. Thanks for spending all the time that it took for that. Again, pretty impressive on the whole drawing thing, man.
I appreciate it. That might be the most impressive part of the whole presentation.
It might be. So, all right, folks. Hey, thanks so much for being here. I'm excited for those of the that became members, or if you sign up later, that's cool too. But guys, I would tell you, take some action. Go out and get those listings, and we will send out the replay. I'm sure it'll take a couple hours for me to download this, and we'll go from there. So thanks for being here, Andre. Again, thanks for doing this. Guys, have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Perfect. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.